Welcome back. Today we are kicking off Steadyworth's 23 Days of 23. This is a 23-day challenge that you can take anytime you run into this series, with the goal of once you've completed all 23 days that you'll have a different mindset, you'll be on the path to accomplishing your goals, and you'll have some financial clarity. So without further ado, let's get into it. If we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Gabriel Walters and I'm a certified financial planner. I'm also the founder and owner of Steadyworth. And at Steadyworth, we help equip people just like you with the tools that they need right now so that they can live their best life, a life that they enjoy today, and not have to wait to some far out date in the future, such as retirement. So in today's video, we're kicking off our 23 Days of 23. The challenge starts now. Let's go. Day number 1, what does wealth mean to you? Does this mean a nice car, a big house, maybe making a lot of money? Or maybe it means owning your own time, being in good health, and having more flexibility. You first have to define what does wealth mean to you so that you'll know what it is that you're looking for, and 2, you'll know what it is once you have gotten it. So day number 1 is to define what wealth means to you. Day number 2, tip number 2 is to write out your values. If you want to know what your values are, think about where you spend your time and where you spend your money. So look at your calendar and look at your bank account. And those two things will tell you what it is you value. And when you look at where you're spending your money and where you're spending your time, if there's something there that you don't like, maybe you want to switch one of those things so that your time and your money is truly going to where you value. So a couple years back, I was feeling like I said, hey, I really value reading, but I wasn't spending much time reading. I was spending more time on Instagram when I really thought about it and was honest with myself. So then I started spending less time on Instagram and started keeping my book with me and started spending more time reading. So take a look at your calendar, take a look at your bank account, and write out what it is that you truly value. Day number 3 is to write out what fun you want to have. I don't believe in all work and no play. It's always a good idea to write out what fun you want to have. That way, when things are more challenging and you're having to be more disciplined, you know that you have a few things that you've set aside that you have to look forward to. So take some time today and write out your plan for fun. Day number 4, tip number 4 is to write out what goals you want to achieve this year. So let's fast forward. Imagine it's New Year's Eve and you're looking back and reflecting over this past year. What goals would you be excited that you've accomplished? So write all of those down, and remember, think big, dream big. So when it comes to writing goals, I like to write out every goal I can possibly imagine and then put them in order of importance. So write out all your goals and put them in order of importance, and remember to dream big. Day number 5 is coming up with a system to combat self-limiting beliefs. Now, we've talked about what fun we want to have. We've set some goals. We're talking about setting new habits and becoming a different person. All of this is around mindset. And sometimes when you start setting these goals, a battle starts in your mind, a war that says, hey, maybe I'm not really that person, or maybe this really isn't me. And so these are self-limiting beliefs, and you have to come up with something to combat that. So one way that I really like to combat self-limiting beliefs is that when one pops up, I'll take a flashcard and I'll write out what that belief is that's coming up to my mind. Then I'll write out 2 to 3 things that I'm going to do to help combat that self-limiting belief. And so, and then every time that belief comes up, I read through that flashcard until that self-limiting belief goes away. You can also do this on a notes app, but you have to be proactive about winning the battle that is in your mind, because mindset is everything. So come up with a plan to combat self-limiting beliefs as you step into becoming a new person. Day number 6, and we're focusing on habits. So 2 days ago, you wrote out your goals. Now let's think about what habits you're going to put in place to help you achieve those goals. I like to set goals so big that I literally have to implement new habits in order to achieve them, and it pretty much requires me to become a different person. One great book that I've read on habits is by James Clear. It's called Atomic Habits. It's right here behind me. And if you want to read a great book on habits, check it out. But let's look at your goals and let's look at what habits you're going to implement so that you can accomplish those goals. I'm going to read you a brief quote out of Atomic Habits. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. No single instance will transform your beliefs, but as your votes build up, so does the evidence of your new identity. Every time you take an action, you are voting for what person you want to become. So this year, let's vote and take action to become the best version of ourselves. Day number 7 is accountability. So we've set new goals, we're working on new habits. Now, in order to push through this, let's set up an accountability system that will help keep you on track. And so it's good that if you have a friend who you can reach out to that can help, that you can share some of what you're doing that can help hold you accountable. One simple way to do this is, say one of your goals is to get up at 6 a.m. You might say, just tell a friend like, hey, every day I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. and do you mind, I'm just going to send you a text at that time. And if there's one day that I don't send you a text telling you I'm up, can you please just hold me accountable and help me get back on the horse? So come up with an accountability system that's going to help you stay on track. Hey, so we just finished the first 7 days of the challenge, and it's important that you take a look at each principle for the first 7 days because each of these are important to setting a solid foundation. So make sure that you've written out all your answers for the first 7 days, and part 2, which is the next 7 days, is coming up next. I'll see you there.